what is a pod? A pod is an autonomous unit. That means it operates independently, and it's cross-functional. That means that it's composed of people from many different functions. So a pod might have someone from engineering and someone from product and someone from legal and so on. It can have folks from many different functions. And a pod is going to be organized towards a single goal. And pods are either going to be focused around a product, and we'd call that a product pod, or a project, and we would call that a project pod. So those are the two main kinds of pods that you'll see in an organization. So an example is, let's say, the TrueCurrencies pod. That's a product pod. So the TrueCurrencies pod is the pod that focuses on the TrueCurrencies web app. And it includes someone from engineering who is actually working on the app. It includes someone who is making many of the product decisions, who is prioritizing the backlog and the features. It includes stakeholders from legal and from compliance. Make sure that everything we're doing is legit. And the idea is that this pod should be designed to be able to independently operate to pursue its goal. And the goal of pods are always going to be coming down from the goal of the company, which is ultimately empowering people by opening access to financial opportunities, which is done primarily by earning rewards for users. So that's ultimately what all pods are funneling up towards. So pods have a couple of key roles that it's useful to know about. First role is the coordinator. The coordinator is in charge of the communication within the pod and helping the pod to coordinate with other pods that might be working on related products or projects. So that's one of the important roles. The second important role is the sponsor. A pod's sponsor determines the budget, and when we say budget, that's including both time, capital, trust tokens, anything that we're budgeting for this pod to succeed. And then there are the pod members, which are also known as podders. And that's spelled Podders, not with T's. Podders. And these are the folks these are the pod members, and they can be from many different departments and in many different roles within the pod. But the coordinator and the sponsor, every pod's going to have a coordinator and a sponsor. So all the pods, when they are each working independently, but still communicating together and synergizing with each other, they all make what we call a collective.